Hey, Fitheads! Today we have another Ally Max episode. What's up? We're dropping some opinions. We have a very serious prompt that I am having trouble answering, so I'm excited to dive into this. Are you
What
going
is
to
Ally Max?
return?
What is the Ally Max combo name? Aliax. That
Oh,
sucks.
right.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
that's
is
really
terrible.
dumb. That's super stupid. Holy shacks. Nope.
How about
Militia.
Spax? That's even worse. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Spagswell. Done.
Bagwell, love it. Spags a million. Oh my god, there you go.
Oh, right. You're in a million. Sorry.
Yeah, jeez.
Maximilian. I knew that. I did.
You know what's funny is I think Max is the coolest name, obviously.
Mm.
Anytime I meet another kid named Max, I'm like, what a piece of trash that guy is. Girls named Max is a little bit less common. But for some reason, yeah, I hate when everybody else has my name because I'm like, bro, that's my name. Get your own name. Weirdo.
Wait,
I
have
mean,
you
that
met
must be the
female
same with
Maxes?
Allie's.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was really uncommon. Like, I was a weirdo. I had to explain to people, like, no, Allie's
Really?
a name, let alone a female name. But then, like, at some
No, I'm a
point,
real person.
it became like really trendy. And like when I was teaching dance, like all these kids that like come up to my knee were all named Allie. It became like,
Cute.
yeah. So now
Allie and the mini Allies.
I was unique, and now everyone's named Allie.
I'm so sorry. I went to high school with like 4 Maxes and at least 9 Allies for sure.
Really?
Allie
Okay.
T, Allie L, Allie M, Allie with a Y. Yeah, I remember them all. They were, hey, well, to be honest, they were all hot. So good, hats off to you guys. Good job.
Well, that's the thing that we do. Hot Allie. That's redundant. We don't even say the hot
I,
part. We
I
just assume.
apologize. I'm so stupid.
Wait, have you met female Maxes?
I've
Maxine,
heard
I
of
guess.
them. I've
Yeah.
heard of them a lot, like on Instagram and Twitter.
I've seen one in the wild.
I don't know if I've met one in the wild recently.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't think I ever have. Have
You
you?
gotta
I feel
find
like they're
it.
on like TV shows. They're like on like CW superhero shows. Like and female Max on there. She has a
She
really
can
good
bench more than you.
superpower. Yeah, well, clearly.
Okay, I was trying to get to the prompt. Whatever.
Yeah, speaking of bench pressing.
Oh yeah, you haven't in a long time. Who's jealous of my home gym?
Looking cool.
Yeah, thanks.
It's like a silhouette, a black and white silhouette.
I know. I should turn the lights on.
Yeah, get the party going.
Anyway, we should do a promptless episode where we just, that's non-fillers. See, I would say that, it wouldn't actually be a fitness show, but even if we didn't have a prompt, we just end up being like, so benching, eh?
Yeah, bench prompt.
Okay.
So the idea for this
could,
episode was, are you going to go back to the gym now that gyms are opening up again? People are getting vaccinated. People are wearing masks at the gym. Stuff's opening up.
It's
Restaurants,
legal,
great.
right?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Gyms are opening up. Are you going to go back to the gym? And I think the way you frame it is not like in a vacuum. Forget about COVID for a second. Wouldn't we all love to forget about COVID for one hot second? Not like, no, I'm not going back because I'm scared of getting sick. No, I'm not going back because I have to wear a mask.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going back because there's like hours, if there's like limited capacity or hours or whatever, like forget all that stuff. Over the past year, I think everyone has had to deal with not being able to go to a classic, typical gym or their classes, CrossFit
Right.
classes,
Yeah, whatever.
pole dance classes,
Soul Cycle.
You need like actual Soul Cycle, whatever, anything. I mean, Peloton. Everyone's got a freaking Peloton now. Kudos, shout out to Peloton.
Yeah.
Let's get one. But yes. I think over the past year, everyone sort of had to figure out, I can't go to my typical gym. I'll figure out a workout at home, or maybe they didn't, and they just turned into slugs. Who knows?
Yeah, whatever. Or what that's also figuring it out, right? You've had a year to
Yeah.
get normalized, like, and now you're comfortable with either being a slug or doing a million pull-ups on your door frame.
Right. Right. Everybody's rock climbing hands are very strong these days.
Well,
So you we went slightly different routes, I would say. You got quite a bit of equipment.
and then shipped you some of it, honestly.
Yeah, and you gave me the leftovers, the overflow. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I can tell. I feel like I contributed to those delts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You gave me a jump rope. You gave
Oh, I
me
forgot about that.
a doorway pull-up bar, which is
Yeah.
excellent. I forget what it's called. Do you remember?
J
It's not
something.
J. I always called it J Labs, but those are those headphones that we got that I love.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
forget what it's called, but I love the pull-up bar.
Dang
It's
it. I was
very
just going to ask you because I'm like, now that traveling is opening up, I need them to throw in a suitcase. Like, are you done with those?
too bad.
You have your TRX.
Yeah, I can't quite do a pull-up on a TRX because the ropes are like right next to each other. I have
Yeah.
to run to the park.
Yeah.
In fact, I was thinking of getting. So let's do a little quick sidebar here. So I can't do a pull-up because the rope, comes from one thing. So I
Mhm.
can't pull wide. I end up pulling like out, which I think is better for your lats anyway. But if I wanted to do what I want to do you think I could get like a pipe, like a PVC pipe, as just like a
Yeah, but then it's on one hinge. There's no way to like perfectly balance that.
right? I would get what I was thinking of is essentially like if you took two forks and you taped them together, and so then you could put the straps and you'd have them like sit in between the
Oh.
forks, big forks, obviously. But do you think that
Why
would
don't you
work?
just get some like, yeah, or just, okay, get a metal pipe with flanges and like screw the flanges into the ceiling and come down and then just have a pull-up bar. Make a pull-up bar. You're the
Okay.
slug that's like, well, I've been doing this for a year, but I'm
Okay.
not gonna get a pull-up bar.
Right. All right. Well, so thanks. I'm glad your engineering degree is coming in handy.
You're using two forks. I'm still not really following why they're forks.
Well, so what I was thinking was the way the TRX works is at the end, at the bottom, there's two handles, and if I could just separate the handles, keep
Oh,
them
right.
separated, then I could pull
Got
with
it,
my
yeah.
arms, sort of, at least the handles sort of stationary wide.
Yeah,
Now when I'm pulling, they always sort of have this a tendency to
yeah,
drift in towards each other.
that makes sense. And then
Yeah,
you're
I don't
also
know.
like slowly rotating while you're
Yeah, that's
working
the
out.
embarrassing part is when I do anything like that, I feel like a rotisserie chicken. But anyway, so yeah, you got a ton of equipment here.
Yeah.
Let me just rattle off my equipment because it'll take 2 seconds. Jump rope, TRX, pull up handles, and the mat, and two 30-pound dumbbells. That's it. And
Okay.
I have a bench that is just more for comfort.
Yeah. That's a decent amount of stuff that you've accrued.
Yeah, it's not terrible. And I had kettlebells and I sort of got rid of them. I had 30-pound kettlebells and I traded them in for 30-pound dumbbells. I just feel like it's more, kettlebells are cool, but almost everything that you can do with a kettlebell, you can kind of
Do
do with
with
a
a
dumbbell.
dumbbell, yeah, but
And
not the other way
you
around.
can't, right, not the other way around.
Yeah,
And
I
they're the
agree.
same weight. So
Yeah. Who did you find on the black market that's like, yeah, I'll take your kettlebells. Here's some dumbbells.
I borrowed the kettlebells from a friend.
Yeah.
And then I had I had a line on some stuff. So I got some 30-pound kettlebells and then I gave him back I got the dumbbells and I gave him back the kettlebells.
Yeah. I won't do a rundown of what I have. Imagine a CrossFit gym for one person. I have that. Oh, no, for two people. Actually, for four people now. Funny story. The barbells, there's one of them that I ordered. Like had like a minor defect. So we sent like a video of how it kind of like shifts, like they're not perfectly seated. So they move a little bit, which like I even noticed when I'm throwing it around like an a-hole.
Right.
But the company was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We will exchange those for you. And they're like, oh, you're in LA. It's going to cost a whole lot of money to send them back. We'll just send you new ones, and you can keep the broken ones.
Isn't that crazy? That's great.
Yeah. So
But
now I
isn't
have
that also crazy
4
how
barbells.
how much money like these companies are doing? I remember I ordered something on Amazon one time and it didn't show up to my place. And so I called them or I emailed them and I was like, "Hey, you said this was delivered," and it never showed up. And they're like, "All right, we'll just send you a new one." And so they sent me a new one. And then my neighbor came by and was like, "Hey, I think I got this. It was direct addressed to you." And then I sent Amazon a letter or an email being like, "Forget it. Don't send them. Like I found them." And they're like, "Nah, too late. They're already gone. We don't care." So I just like double ordered. I got the double order for no reason.
Oh, that's awesome. But also crazy. Yeah.
So you got a lot of barbells, a whole deck of barbell, a handful of barbells.
Yeah, I could use 4 at a time, obviously. To do like the duff and snatch, but with both hands.
You know what you should do. Did you ever have like Lincoln Logs?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if you could create like a cross thing and just
yeah.
you could pick up all 4 of them. That would look awesome.
Be like a hex deadlift except a square.
Yeah, and they'd probably roll into you and crunch your little hips there. And
But yeah, I have a bunch of stuff. I actually recently got Plyo Boxes. I don't think you knew about that.
no, I did not. Or no, I
So
did because you were doing whatever 21 point whatever, and you had to
yeah.
it was burpees over box, and I was like, well, I don't have a plyo box. I'm not a whack job. And you were like,
Funny story though, I did 21.2 in an actual gym.
whoa, that's
Yeah.
quite the flex.
Yeah. You should do that more. That should be the thing.
Okay, yeah, I'll see that. Do what this?
The zoom in and say flex. Well, yeah, I don't want to tie you to a specific word. Anyway, yeah, I've been to a commercial gym since they've opened up.
Mm-hmm. How was it?
It was great. There was no one there. I was like,
that's the other part.
yeah, it was not in LA. I was out of town, and so that's why I had to find a gym to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 2 other people, but it was like the size of a Globo gym, and like I would have to shout if I wanted to. Yeah. So I basically had this entire gym to myself. So
I know, that's so awesome. That's clear that if you had access to an entire gigantic barn gym all by yourself with all the elliptical machines and all the platforms and all the barbells and all the dumbbells and all the kettlebells and all that
it
stuff.
isn't clear though, because then I'd still have to get there, and there are some people in this situation where they have enough equipment to get by. They're like, yeah, there's like 0 friction to work out, so I work out more. Why would I ever go to a gym? Yeah, like it's interesting that you're presenting it as 2 different questions, because like, okay, if everything perfect situation, would you go to the gym? I still don't know. And then we should also ask, well, current situation, would you go to a gym?
Are you going? What's your plan?
Yeah. Which, by the way, Fitheads, we want to know in the comments, like your thoughts. Have you been to a gym already? Do you plan on going back? Are you going to wait another year? Are you going to go in a hazmat suit?
Quadruple mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The drive. It's one of those things where it's like any sort of mini obstacle, mini barrier
Friction, inertia.
It'll stop you in your tracks no matter how much sort of willpower you happen to have that day or whatever, how much decision making you have left in your day or whatever.
Although
mean, rolling out of bed and getting on a Peloton, as like silly as it looked in that very first ad, it's awesome. I think there's something to be said for that.
For sure. Well, I used to bike to my gym too when I was going to the rock climbing gym. I don't know if you had seen, but that was like a part of it. Yeah.
We did 100 million pull-ups or something. I don't know.
We did Murph. We ran around it.
Right. Oh my God. On Memorial Day. And we're both wearing Captain America clothing inadvertently. Forgot about that.
So that was kind of like almost rolling out of bed into the gym, because like I considered the bike there like the warm up.
But you also bike everywhere. That was your like main.
What's crazy is that I don't bike anywhere anymore. You know, we would meet like once a week at least to go to a networking thing. Do
Oh
like,
yeah, I forgot
and I
about
would bike
that.
to those things, and
Yeah.
now there's nothing to bike to. So I haven't been on my bike.
How your biking legs, like your sea legs.
Yeah, right. They're all wobbly. I can only squat hundreds of pounds, but
Once.
but several pedals is too hard. No, I have my
Yeah.
consent bike now.
Right, right. Which is brutal. Have you come over to the church of
Yeah, I mean, I do it and I taste blood, like I said, and it's awful. And then you keep doing it.
yeah.
Anyway, so are
I
you
had a
going
friend
back?
ask,
What?
I don't know. I mean, as much as I do like my workouts now, and I had tailored sort of an outdoor workout. I would essentially run to a pull-up bar. And
Yeah.
so that was my version of what you were talking about.
Sure.
And I could do a pretty decent workout. And now that I have but before this year, this quarantine or whatever, I hadn't thought about it at all. Now I have sort of spent a year thinking like, okay, how can I do a curl with a TRX, or how can I do how can I make push-ups harder to mimic
But
a
that
bench press
deadlift,
more?
we talked about this with the TRX guy.
There's just certain things you can't do. And so I think on some level, yeah, I think I'd like to have the gym like as my emergency fail safe. Like,
So
up,
just
slap the button, gotta run. Emergency deadlift session.
Really? Because that feels weird to me because I would want to just like make a habit of it, whether it was like, okay, once a week I go to the gym just to deadlift
Yeah.
versus like once in a while, like, oh, I just really feel like I gotta get a hit of the gym.
Yeah. And maybe you build it in like I think that's what I'm saying is my home workout is now going to be my main workout.
Yeah, okay, that
And
makes
my
sense.
once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll make the pillage to Mecca or whatever.
Mecca.
a Mecca.
I've biked to Mecca before too.
Yeah, that's far for you.
Like,
Damn, that's
yeah,
far.
10, 12 miles, something like that. Well, round trip makes it over 20.
Right.
Anyway, I still don't know, even though I have like
What I'm
all this
surprised if you
equipment.
would. Yeah, what equipment would you need? That's what I'm saying. Is there's things that I need equipment for. It
I
can't
don't
be
know
plates and
need
deadlifts or
anything.
whatever. Right.
Like, I
I
don't
think you
even
got
need Plyo
everything.
Boxes here, but I have them. Oh, I just got a wall ball, but I mean, it's for a video, right? Like the. So it's hard to say no when they email you and they're like, "Do you want this thing?"
One of the
Obviously.
worst parts is at my old gym, I was like, man, why didn't I just rob that gym of all its wall balls? It's just sitting there. I know nobody
Just like
uses
leave pregnant.
it.
Okay,
Put a
so
barbell
no.
like in my shirt.
You
So I
got
don't
that
know.
pump.
I
Well,
think
so I'm saying that I have all this equipment and I'm still like, I kind of want to go back to a gym
yeah,
just
but for
because like
what? For
to like a
community?
change up for fun, for uh different colored Instagrams.
That's true. I'm surprised you went white and not green on your gym there, so you could just be like one big green screen.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I was like, why green? What are we Irish something? Okay, yeah, you can just turn into whatever. Well, I have a projector so I can
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
just put
Look, I'm in
whatever.
Maui, or I'm in Tulum like everybody
Yeah.
else.
Like everyone else. That's a gym I would go back to. Tulum
You been
Jungle
there?
Gym? No, I mean like if I had to go back to a gym, I would go to
Oh,
Tulum
yeah.
Jungle Gym. Yeah. So there's this place in LA that again, like the wall ball, they're like, well, you could have a free membership to this giant freaking gym if you wanted to come. I'm like, well, I don't need to, but obviously I'm going. Send me the
But
wall
you peer
ball.
pressured me into it.
Yeah, right. And I guess
But
like
you don't have any sort of
cables. I don't have cables.
community. You have any sense of community?
I didn't at my previous Instagram gym that we joked about.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, yeah, because like even if you see people on Instagram, it's kind of like, yeah, we're in it together, but it's not like Kenny community where they're like
Yeah.
going out for not drinks after.
I know. That's
Oh, by the way, we talked to Kenny Santucci next episode. Stick around for that.
well, that's called
Good stuff.
That's a tease. That's called teasing the next episode.
Yeah.
Cables. Yeah. I especially after watching Brian's Instagram, Borstein's Instagram.
Brian Borstein.
The cable stuff that he's doing is awesome, and it looks like he just has like a pulley system. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
real cables or if you just
No,
like
it's
loop
like
the
a
cable
wall
over
mounted pulley. Yeah. A tree.
tree or something. There's a guy at our park who like sets up a very elaborate pulley cable system, and he'll bring kettlebells and he'll do his kettlebell, and then he'll strap the kettlebells into the cable, and then he'll come over here and do like cable pulls, and the thing's going over a tree branch. It's awesome. I'm like, okay, Archimedes, getting your workout in. I like love to see that. You know what I mean?
It is. Everyone's doing it. You're just
Everyone's
figuring out
doing
how to make it
something.
work.
Cables would be nice, but it's also now we're sort of on the opposite end, right? Because we're always talking about like, okay, come on, what do you really need? You need a heavy deadlift, you need a heavy bench, you need a heavy squat. Boom,
Which I
you're
had in my
done.
old
You know what I
gym.
mean?
In my
And
on
now
the
we're
second floor of my
whining
apartment.
about you know what I'd really love is the nice cable outer dumbbell. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
with the cuff. He always uses the
Yeah,
cuff.
the cuff, yeah, just for that outer deltoid, just like here, not here, but like here. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting the opposite of what we normally do. It's so
Yeah, I'm
funny.
trying to think of what else. Oh, like assisted pull-ups. I mean, I have
You have
bands,
those
but I
bands, right?
really
Yeah.
liked the pull-up assist machine at
Where you
my
put your
old
knees on the
gym.
thing.
Because I
Yeah.
would burn out on, like I can maybe do 6 in a set on a good day, right?
Nice.
But like,
Humble
how long
brag.
can you go doing that? And then it's
Flex.
like, that is a big flex for me, honestly. It came from what, at least
Came from
a
negative.
year ago,
Yeah.
it was 0. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
but then like to have that like continual assist on your knees to like burn out your lats in that way.
And you can go, incrementally easier
Right,
after
low,
that.
easier.
Which is
But
kind
also,
of
it's a huge thing. Like you're not gonna have that in your house, and it's so stupid.
it's so stupid.
But we love it. I've seen
But I
girls.
love it.
Have you seen this? Where girls will stand next to it and put their foot where you're supposed to have your knees assist and push down on it to get a butt workout.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, why not?
It's
That
like
counts.
it's like a stair that moves with you.
It's a heavy stare.
A heavy stair. One of these. Oh, anybody who's listening just audio, you are missing out on some visual gold.
Is there? Yeah. So I guess I don't know.
Anything else? Oh, a rower, but I think I might be getting a rower. So just come over
if you're doing an assault.
Sure. Don't. I know.
Actually, that's not quite bad. When you get the vertical arm erg.
Yeah, then it's like, what are you doing?
Ski erg. Then I'll be like, okay.
It's the standing plank erg. Yeah, no, it's stupid. It's super stupid. I'm trying to think about other stupid things I got a sledgehammer and a tire. That's not necessary at all.
That's not necessary at all. And it's cool looking. That's one of those things where it's super cool looking. Like the chains. You ever worked out with the chains?
I have chains.
Yeah. So that's super cool looking. Do you need them in that way? No, not at all.
Well, technically, it's to add more weight at the top. A band.
Yeah, so put a band on your barbell, and you just look like an idiot. But you don't look super cool, but you're getting the exact same workout. Whereas chains to me is like 100% like, look how tough I am. Chains. I'm Samson or whatever. I don't know. Like it's chains to me.
The Rock does it.
Yeah, of course. The Rock does it. He's got. I'm surprised. I'd be surprised that The Rock doesn't sell Rock brand chains.
Yeah,
which I would buy. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course. Just to put on for the Instagram, not actually lift with him.
And then tag him.
And Trey Monera or whatever his tequila.
Yeah. So which is pretty good, by the way.
That's fun.
I don't know if I'm gonna. Yeah. So anyway, I think I'm gonna keep my home as my primary. I do like the little area that I've set up. And I do like even though the drive wasn't that bad, it's still a drive,
Yeah, for sure. And it adds up, right? You think about like all that time. What's weird though, is that now that I don't do that drive or bike to events, I don't feel like I have any more extra time. Like, where did that time go? What am I doing now that I still feel so behind on everything?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Sapping my
scrolling.
Every scrape of spare minute I have goes straight to TikTok. I don't
Oh,
know
you
though.
know what I can't do here? I know this is
Shower.
messed up. Yeah, right. Shower.
Sauna. Oh, that's one.
Yeah, that's true.
What is that? What are
This
you showing me?
that it goes right to the ceiling. So even like a
Oh, you
chest
can't
to
do a
bar, you
muscle up?
might like kind of bonk your head. I certainly can't muscle up. And let me preface that with, even if there was enough room, I certainly can't muscle up.
I couldn't.
But that was my goal for
The
this
muscle up,
year.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
was to
thought it
get to
changed
that.
to handstand.
Yeah, now I'm focusing on that because, I can't do it unless I move my rig like outside. No, whatever. But yeah, I did start training, you know, ring pull-ups. Oh, I guess I could
Mhm.
try and ring muscle up. No, not really. That's what I would go back to a gym for, is to like actual work on a muscle up.
Mhm. I think if we needed, I feel like I don't need a trainer in the way that some other people say they need a trainer. Does anyone need a trainer? Who knows? Some people need, and I think that really just means I really, really like. If I really, really liked having a trainer or a group, this is the 12 o'clock
Yeah.
class or whatever, then that would be a big draw for me for
Sure.
sure.
I wasn't like Soul Cycle kind of
Right.
like needing my community thing.
Even the Soul Cycle is like, I would say, a pretty light community, but it's still fun. Like some workouts are more fun when you're trying to beat the girl next to you, or you know what I mean, you're
Yeah.
trying to like, oh, I got to beat that guy this round or whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff is important. Sauna
Super
steam
important.
room,
Mm-hmm. Yoga blocks,
a masseuse, coconut water, I don't know, stuff,
You're
that
saying you
stuff's
don't
nice
need a
too.
trainer, by the way. I'm now on my 7th week with a trainer that I needed very much.
I'm saying I felt like I didn't need one. Maybe
No, I know. I
actually
felt like
do.
that for the past 5 years of lifting, whatever. But I started hurting myself in ways that I was like, I should get a professional to tell me
Tell me to
what I'm
stop hurting
doing
myself.
wrong. Yeah, right. Whatever.
Hey, maybe you shouldn't lift as heavy as you can.
But that
every
is saying
single
like
time.
it's remote. I feel like, I don't know though, it would probably be better if she could just like poke at these problems instead of like try and like talk me through it in a video,
I'm sure it would be better. And plus she could walk around maybe and not just be sort of this little trapped in an iPhone on your
right
or whatever.
Yeah, because she's like, send me video of like 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock and then like from behind, and then like, okay.
You're like, that's a lot of reps. I was only going to do this once, so I'll just set up 5 different cameras.
Multi-camera angle. You can see the ring light.
Yeah.
So we haven't decided. What are we doing? Are you coming to my gym at least?
I'll come to yours. I'm not biking there, mostly because I don't really technically
know how to bike.
Own a bike.
You could. I'm picturing you falling off the assault bike. I never learned.
You get training wheels on the assault bike. That's probably the easier way to do it.
Oh, that's funny.
The assault bike was tough. That was a staple in wrestling rooms for sure. And anytime you couldn't do anything, they just throw you on the assault bike. It sucked. Just do a quick, and it was just intervals. And assault bike is nice because it's one of those ones where you really can floor it. You can just go as hard as you possibly can with very little chance of injury. Knock on wood. I'm not a psychic or whatever. I don't know if you're going to get injured or not, but I find one thing that I sort of think about a fair amount is, how hard can I go when I'm positive I'm not going to injure myself here? And assault bike is one of those ones where you can just go as hard as you can, because if you crank up the resistance, even as hard as you can, it's not very fast. And it's not very it's not a violent motion, and you're sort of in a safe plane, I'd say.
The harder you go, the harder it gets too.
Right, exactly. In fact, the only difficulty is stopping. You can't just
yeah, right.
You have to slow down, sort of in control. I'll go to your gym, sure.
Okay.
As long as you give me personalized chains.
Scratching off the rock. I'm not going to your gym. I don't want to play with your TRX.
Yeah, because you're a wuss. The TRX really was, I know we've said this a couple times, but that was the this year of like figuring out how can I mimic a motion without a
Right.
dumbbell.
Right.
And that was what opened the door to that sort of line of thinking for me, for sure. Because
I had
did,
about a week of that where I was like, okay, what is my push pull
yeah,
split legs? And then I bought 300 pounds of weights. So
right, yeah, there you go. You have a TRX or a suspension trainer or something, right?
yeah. Well, they said we'll send it to you, and I was like, ugh, yes.
Thanks. Try doing a curl with that, but put your elbow as high as you can. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? And then
And I'm at an angle. Yeah. Okay.
You're at an angle. Curl and then put your elbow super high, and then make your hand go like sort of over your ear.
Yeah. And is this both hands or just one?
Both is better, but
Okay. Yeah. Because
one is also hard. Don't do a lot of one-handed stuff with the TRX, because if you don't do it right, it like slides all the way through and then you fall on your face, which I've done. But like that motion, because I was do curls, I'm like, this is stupid. And I do like upside down. I'm like, I can't do this. This is absurd. I'm not a gymnast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once I figured out the upper, up curls up like that, and I could sort of, like you were talking about the pull up on your knees thing, you can adjust the resistance as you go, sort of on the fly. I could do that by very slightly flexing my ankles. You know what I mean? So like I'm standing at I'm leaning back sort of on my feet at an angle doing curls, and I very slightly flex or resist my own motion with my ankles. And it's just,
and like you can assist yourself.
And you feel it really, really hard in your arms, and you're like, wow, this is nuts. And that's when it really felt exactly like it felt to do a very heavy dumbbell curl.
Yeah, with even like your buddy just like giving you a little help when you need it.
Right, exactly.
That's
or
cool.
Pushing your hand down or whatever. So that was the big one. And obviously my life revolves around curls anyway. So
so
that's how that's really been my keystone for everything.
Can I curl? Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, oh, thank God. We used to do towel curls. You ever done those?
No.
When you're at the beach, you want a slight pump, just to show off for the other guys. You put your towel under your foot, and then you grab it and you curl it up like that, and then you use your foot to like
as a
resistance, and you just do a couple of towel curls, and then all of a sudden you feel like the baddest dude on the volleyball court. Towel curls, that was a good one.
Wow, so worth getting to the end of this episode for that nugget.
Back when they opened beaches again.
All right, well,
good luck. We don't know. We didn't really get to the bottom of it.
But. Yeah, I still don't know. Do you want to go to that gym that's giving me free membership?
Sure.
Because I think I'll go. I think I'll go occasionally. Yeah, that kind of thing. Like it was cool to just shoot a video in another place or whatever and try things out. It's in North Hollywood, so easy.
Yeah, so I guess to all let us know what you guys are doing in the comments below, because it really feels like it's an interesting sort of re-evaluation of what we've been doing. That's if anything positive can come out of the last year.
It's that you realize you can get curls with weird straps of whatever, nylon.
Or towels.
Yeah, towels.
Towel curls.
All right. Well, Fitheads, if you are on Apple Podcasts, remember to subscribe, rate, and review. Super helpful for us. It makes a huge difference. And again, we want to hear from you. So let us know in the comments on YouTube. And we'll see you next week.